Even when all those things are in place, it's still not enough to make it happen unless they get proximity. That's where the security comes in. That's where the breakdown was in this case. They allowed this guy to have proximity. And then we have the tragedy that we have. We have loss of life and people that are wounded and all of that. My experience with the government, we're not out killing people because we don't like their politics, at least not internally. We can talk about international terrorism and taking people out. That's another situation altogether. But I think the whole conspiracy thing is that whenever there's a major crime or a major figure that's killed, people want a major event or a major explanation. You don't want just some loser to come up and take out Kennedy or Trump or anybody else. You want it to be some big conspiracy, behind that to explain this thing. You just don't want to think some 20-year-old kid could get on this roof and whack, and unload without some big conspiracy behind it. The Secret Service was in it and, whatever. I mean, there's crazy talk, but unfortunately, or the reality is that a lot of these guys are just loners who, for whatever reason, get lucky. And that's not to diminish the fact that I think we'll find that, as Ann said, there's a lot of planning and prep almost always with these guys.
So on a completely different topic, I just love this one summary about how the situation can bully you. Each era is bullied by one temperament, which seems likely the only one to have. Everyone was trying to be witty in the 1920s, just as everyone was trying to be authentic in the 1960s. So I don't think we tend to give as much credit to how much the situation evokes different personalities in us.
Whatever happened, whatever the anger, the moral outrage was, the grievance, that distills down. It isn't an affective type of aggression that is emotionally driven. That's the most common type of violence. It isn't as though the guy's running around screaming and yelling and all pissed off and a road rage kind of thing. Think of as affective sort of violence. It distills into cold predatory violence, which takes time. There's planning, there's preparation.